Hello, I'm back doing a new video. It's going to be my post-surgery SARPE surgery review. So I'm going to be doing a review of SARPE surgery pretty much. I'm going to pretty much walk you through what happened with me 2 years ago, and I'll give you recommendations of what I think you should do if you're about to embark on this, but it's up to you if you want to take it or not. So pretty much 2 years ago, 2014, October, I had SARPE surgery. It went good, apart from a couple of upsets I'll get into, but it went good. And here I am 2 years later, 2016, pretty much September, so nearly 2 years, and I'm about to embark on double jaw surgery in 1 week. So yeah, a bit nervous, but here we go. So on the night before SARPE surgery, I think it's my first video, you might have a look. I was 18. I was very nervous. I've never had surgery before that, so I was very nervous. It's totally understandable to be nervous. I mean, you'd be crazy not to be scared in a way. I went to the hospital. I was starting to feel a little bit sick, and I was getting the butterflies. And I walked into the hospital, and I was feeling even more sick when I got in the hospital. And had to sit in the waiting room. And I was just trying to keep calm, not lose it. And you're probably gonna feel the same way. You're probably feeling nervous right now if you're about to have SARPE. So. They called my name and I went up and the nurse gave me the outfit and I put it on, and it was like a big onesie. Pretty much from there she just wheeled me up. I'm trying to remember the details, but pretty much there she wheeled me up, and you're allowed to take one parent into like this waiting room. I took mum, of course. You take the mum. No, it's up to you. Take dad if you want. Take your guardian, whoever you are. Don't take anyone if you don't want. It's up to you. And we was in the waiting room, and you're about with 6 other people waiting to be in. And this nurse comes in. She puts a needle in your hand. She'll put it in your hand usually, not your elbow vein. You know how they stick it in like the soft part, like right there. They said they don't like to do that as much as the hand one. So they try to stick it in your hand, which is better because it doesn't hurt as much, I think. I got a slight phobia with needles, but it's all good. It didn't hurt at all. And then they wheeled me up pretty much. And I was in the room, and they're just like, they making jokes, and not like jokes about me, but they were trying to keep me happy because I could see I was quite nervous. And they changed me onto a different table, and they put this gas mask on me, and like, alright, you're breathing 100% oxygen now, and we'll see you when you wake up. And I can just remember it was like when you stand up too fast, and it was like head rush, and it was just twinkling, and then gone. And I was really nervous, and I woke up expecting to be in some pain, but there was no pain whatsoever with SARPE. SARPE surgery is only half an hour surgery. It was an hour for me because I had my wisdoms taken out at the same time. I would definitely 100% recommend getting your wisdoms out at the same time if you can. Else you're probably going to have a second surgery after that to get your wisdoms out anyway. So yeah, get your wisdoms out at the same time, I would recommend. I did it, and it was, I didn't even feel the wisdoms. I was so concentrated on the SARPE, I don't even remember the wisdom teeth. And I was pumped up, and they gave me this bucket to pee in straight away, and I didn't even want to go to the toilet, so I just kind of sat there unconsciously while he left the room and didn't even do anything. And then they wheeled me out that night. Had surgery that morning, and I went home that night, so it was a quick surgery. It's not like a massive surgery. So SARPE surgery, you're going to be nervous, but really, it's not the biggest surgery in the world, so just do it. Just get in there. You're going to be nervous. Do it. You're probably going to be on liquids for the first two days, and then soft foods for the next couple of weeks. And then, pretty much you're going to have the retainer in. The retainer is a bastard, man. I'm sorry, but the first couple of days trying to eat with a retainer is garbage. Like, you'll think, how can I do this? I remember thinking, there's no way I can't do this. I'm going to rip this thing out of my mouth. But then you do become an absolute master at eating with the retainer. And they said mine was going to be in for, I think it was 6 to 8 weeks. And it actually ended up being in for 10 months. Be aware that you may have the retainer in your mouth for a while. And you don't even, once you get used to it, you don't notice it. So pretty much SARPE surgery is I would just do it, man. It's not that big a deal. The problem I had, which was just a freak thing, honestly, I got these ulcers on the back of my throat and tonsils, and I looked up where is the worst place to get ulcers. On your tonsils, of course. So I was in really bad pain for about a week, and I asked my surgeon, and he pretty much went, "I've never seen that before, man." he took a photo on his cell phone because he was so just blown away and bizarre. And so that it was just like a freak thing. I don't think it'll happen to you guys. I can only assume that it was trauma from the tube going down the back, up my nose and down the back of the throat. He must have like scratched all the back of the throat or something. I don't know. Surgeon never seen it. So I doubt it's going to happen to you guys. It was just a freak thing that happened to me. So I would rule that out. Pretty much 99% it won't happen to you guys. So you won't be in any pain, I guarantee it. You just won't be in any pain. They cut all the nerves. So even if without anaesthetic, you're going to be totally numb anyway. But they pump you with anaesthetic, and they give you drugs after to just numb the pain if there is any. But I was never in any pain with the SARPE. It was the ulcers that got me, but you probably won't get them. Be aware you may have a bleeding session after. The first day or 2, 3 days after surgery, you may bleed. And it's pretty much just like having a big nosebleed. Doesn't hurt, there's no pain, but you just bleed out of your nose. It's because the palate is split and all the blood's going into the palate and it's split, so it'll go down the back of your throat and out your nose. My eye bled for about an hour, and then I went to the emergency ward because I was kind of freaked out. And they pretty much said, when I finally did speak to my surgeon, he was just like, yeah, there's nothing we can really do, you just got to let it bleed. So if you do have a bleed, just let it, I would probably recommend just letting it bleed for an hour or 2. But if you're still gushing out after 2 hours, go to the emergency ward like I do. But he'll just tell you the same thing he did. Just let it bleed. It's just blood, unless you start to like really pumping it out. So that is the only thing that may happen. It may not. You know, you may get lucky. I don't know the odds of it happening, but it happened to me. I bled, I had the ulcers. I pretty much had the worst SARPE surgery experience you could ever have for such a small surgery. I guarantee yours will be better than mine. Even with my experience, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it's just ulcers. You just couldn't eat for a week, so even if you get worse of the worst, like I had, it was just not so bad. Other people probably have had worse SARPE surgeries than I have, but mine was, I would say, pretty bad. But yours, guarantee will be better than mine. And then, pretty much, yeah, that's it. The aftermath of the surgery, you will be expanding your palate wider and wider for the first couple of weeks. I had to twist my retainer 3 times a day for 3 weeks. I can't remember exactly. And I ended up having a 10mm gap between my front teeth. 10mm. And that's a centimetre. That's like, I don't know, that's quite a, made me look like a freak. Go back in my other videos, you'll see it. So, if you are a little bit self-conscious, I would, you're probably going to be inside, because I did not go out and I expanded from October, November, December, January. 3 months, I had a gap in my teeth before I got my braces on. And then it took probably another month and a half to 2 for the braces to make it look normal. So it was like a 4-month thing of looking like a freak. So be aware that you're probably going to just be inside. If you've got work, I never had a job in the 2 years that I've been doing this. I've not had a job because there's the amount of appointments I have to go to, dentists, orthodontists, surgeons, blood tests, it's just constantly, it's like one day every couple of weeks you got to take off, and then time off for the surgery. So if you've got a job or if you're going to school, you're going to be taking a lot of time off, and I don't know how you're going to do it if you have a job, honestly, because the amount of days I've had off, just there's no way I could have done it. It was just awkward, man. You can't. I don't think you can do it, but if you can, I take my hat off to you. So pretty much that is it. I would probably recommend going privately if you could. I couldn't afford to go privately, so publicly is alright too. The only thing is that I've been 2 years. If you went privately, you probably could get the second surgery done within the year of after the first one, but publicly you got to wait. So mine's been 2 years. So be aware though. After SARPE surgery, you may feel a little bit trapped, because you're halfway between no man's land. You've had one surgery, and now you're about to have a lot bigger surgery, which I'm about to have. And if you don't want to do this massive surgery, like the SARPE surgery is half an hour. The double jaw surgery I'm having is 4 hours. So it's a lot bigger. So if you don't want to do this second surgery and you bail out, you've kind of gone halfway. And, I mean, I kind of feel like if I bail out now, all this has been for nothing. So you pretty much just got to force your way out and do it. So that is it. That is my SARPE surgery review. All in all, I would recommend doing it. It's not that bad. It honestly isn't. It's just the nerves. You wake up and you feel $1,000,000 when you wake up. You honestly do, because all that pressure is gone, and you feel like, imagine sitting here after surgery and you've done it. It was the best feeling. I'm getting very nervous though, because my double jaw is coming up in a week. So it is a 2-part operation, and if you do SARP, be prepared. You're probably gonna have to do double jaw too. So that is my review of SARP surgery. I hope you got some help out of it. I just go for it, I mean. Just go, at the end of the day, you just gotta go for it. You're just gonna be looking awkward if you don't do the SARP. I remember just being self-conscious about my smile. I had this gap, open bite, underbite, overbite. One of those 3 or a 4 thing, whatever you've got. Just do it, man. Just go for the SARP. It's not that bad. It's honestly not that bad, and I'll do it again if I had to. So, yeah, go for it. Yeah, I hope you have good luck doing it, and have fun.